Welcome, ClearSpeak Academy channel. Story: The Window with Blue Curtains. In the heart of a small town where everyone knew everyone, there stood an old white house with chipped paint, wild roses along the fence, and a single window that always had blue curtains. No one ever saw the person who lived inside. The curtains never changed, but they moved. Not wildly, but softly, like someone was gently pulling them back to peek outside. To most people, it was just another house on Maple Street. But for Daniel, that window held 1,000 untold stories. He walked past it every day on his way to school as a boy, then to work as a man. He used to imagine who lived there. Sometimes he thought it was a writer, quietly typing away by candlelight. Other times, a painter capturing the sky through the glass. But he never saw anyone. Just the blue curtains, always watching, always there. One morning, when Daniel was around 12, he noticed a note stuck between the curtain and the glass. It simply said, "Hello, stranger. Do you believe in quiet magic?" Startled, Daniel smiled. He wrote a reply on notebook paper, "Yes. I think the world hides magic in silence." He folded it neatly and slipped it into the mailbox beside the gate. The next day, the blue curtain twitched, and a new note appeared. "You're the first to answer in 5 years." And just like that, the letters began. Each week, Daniel would find a small message in the window. He would reply and leave his letter in the mailbox. They never exchanged names, never saw each other's faces. But they spoke, in poetry, dreams, fears, and tiny truths. Daniel told them about the pressure of growing up, the sadness of losing his father, and how he wanted to be something more than just another man in a gray suit. In return, they shared thoughts about loneliness, about watching life pass by from behind glass, about books they read and stars they watch. He called them Blue after the curtains. And they called him Window Walker. Years passed. Daniel went to college in another city. The letters slowed, then stopped. But he never forgot. Every time he visited home, he walked past the house. The blue curtains still hung there, still moving. But no new notes came. He wondered sometimes if blue was real, or just someone he needed at the time. Either way, the mystery stayed in his heart like a quiet song. Then one autumn, nearly 10 years later, Daniel returned home for his mother's birthday. While walking past Maple Street, the house with the blue curtains looked unchanged. But there was a "for sale" sign in the yard. The gate was unlocked. The garden, still wild. He walked up to the porch, heart racing. He didn't plan to knock, he just wanted one last look. But the front door creaked open before he touched it. An elderly woman stood there, smiling gently. "Are you here for her things?" she asked. Daniel blinked. Sorry. I used to talk to someone who lived here." Through the window. The woman nodded, as if she knew exactly what he meant. "You must be Window Walker," she said. Daniel stood frozen. "She told me about you. My niece. Her name was Alara. She passed away a few weeks ago. Lung disease. She'd been unwell for years. That window, it was her only way to the world." Daniel's eyes stung. "She never left the house much," the woman continued, "but those letters, they made her days brighter. She never stopped watching for you." Daniel swallowed hard. "I stopped writing. She knew. She hoped you were." The woman handed him a small box. Inside were dozens of carefully folded letters, all written to him. Some were never sent. Others were ones he had written and at the bottom was a photograph. A girl with dark eyes, a soft smile, and blue curtains behind her. "She said you believed in quiet magic," the woman whispered. Daniel nodded, holding the photo to his chest. That night, Daniel sat by his window in his apartment, the letters beside him. He wrote one last note. "I never saw your face, but I knew your heart. And that was enough. You changed my life, Blue." He folded it gently and placed it inside the box. And for the first time in years, he bought a pair of soft blue curtains, just like hers, and hung them in his window. Moral of the story: sometimes the deepest connections are the quietest. You don't need to see a face to touch a soul. And some windows never really close. Thanks for watching.